Happy hunting.
Hunt me.
I am the hunted one.
I'm hunting most things.
Let's hunt something. You can hunt. Long have you hunted me?
You're being hunted.
Good afternoon, welcome back to a new Steam hunt for the 14th of September 2018. Let's get into the top 10 for today. First one up is the Enviro Robot, which is not on my screen because Phil didn't set the browser source, did he? No, he did not. So I'm going to click on this and click on this, and is it going to be too big? Yes, it is. So now I have to go to the bottom corner, I have to stretch it, and you have to actually see how everything works behind the scenes, and how embarrassing is that? This is Enviro Robot. The Enviro Robot project is funded as part of the Swiss Nano Terra program. In the context of this project, we're improving the Aguililliform swimming robot, 4th generation amphibibot, and equipping it with multiple sensors for pollution detection in lakes. That's super cool. So this thing like snakes across a big lake or water, and it's got a whole bunch of sensors on there, and basically works out what levels of pollution detection are in those lakes. We are like so heading into like this crazy humanoid modular quadrupled rehabilitated robotics. AI and robots, scary. All right, next up, autonomous concept vehicle. Oh my god, another thing. Look at this thing. Now, if you've ever seen the film Interstellar, you will absolutely identify with this thing, and it's 2018. This thing is an autonomous vehicle for revolutionizing farming. We are literally going to be going out in our hazmat suits to fix these things with like sonic screwdrivers and laser guided like head up AR units, so that we can do our crops, you know, like crops that have been re-engineered using what's that new thing, CRISPR technology, altering the ability for crops to survive in terrible climates. We're gonna actually, if you think about all the sci-fi that's come out in the last like 10 years, it's pretty damn close as to where we're heading towards, yet we all seem to be asleep to it, don't we? This is the Case I2, Case IH. The Case IH, we're rethinking productivity. Autonomous concept vehicle as a potential revolutionize farming. Yes, as long as hackers don't hack into its kernel and have it driving down the freeway with a whole bunch of tractor stuff mangling things up behind it. Next up is Printable cryptocurrency, cryptotip.org. Crypto outreach are the perfect tool to introduce new people to cryptocurrency. Printable cryptocurrency tips. Create and print your tips within moments, cut them up and put them in your wallet. I think tipping people with tips that may get more in value, I think that's an interesting conversation to have, right? You can have the tip now in analog fiat paper, or I can give you a tip now and you can forget about that tip and put it to the side for a couple of months and then maybe look into it. Maybe this will get more people not just buying crypto, but investing in the longer term, right? Investing in the technology, reading up more about it, applying it more into their day-to-day life. Be interested to see a documentary around the application of cryptos and what they've brought to a person's life rather than just a portfolio of money, you know? All right. Oh, I just accidentally deleted that one. Let me just bring that one up. Let me go to Steemhunt, and it was Go DJ. Go DJ. Let's see if we can bring it up. Ah, damn it. Oh, there you go. There we go. There we go. I've got it. We're recovering this on the fly. We're recovering it on the fly. My frame rate is dropping through the floor, but we're getting there. Check it out. Let's go to check it out. It's loading up. This is why I load things up before I get started. Go DJ, your pocket music studio. You know, it's probably a very amateur application. When you do something for the first time, application. You know, it's an incredibly amateur application of the idea. When the first thing I notice on this is that the slider is not removable. Now, one thing about DJs and mixers is they're very particular about the slider that they use. Now, normally you would have a space there where you have two screws either side of the slider, and you could unscrew it, take the default mixer slider out and put your own in. and people are very specific. It's a bit like skateboards and trucks and wheels and bearings and all that stuff. A DJ is very, very particular about that stuff. The other stuff on it's quite basic, really. Volume A and B, FX level. I like the fact that it's small, though. I like the fact that it's super small. I like the fact it's got all your music on there. It's got like little decks. I don't know how responsive them screens are. I hope they're not terrible. I hope they're not like those touch screens where you're constantly having to press it. But it is tiny. It is super tiny. 12-hour battery life, 4 gig of internal memory. It's got a SD card up to 2 terabytes, and headphones and input mic. So I mean, you could just have this in front of you on the plane. Like if you're doing long distance flying, you could just be like latest like white labels on there that you've just downloaded and put on there from a Dropbox, and just finding like beat mixing between particular tracks, and then get on your bigger decks. You know, like these ones work together. I've beat mixed them on the plane, and now I can just like go into the bigger set. I mean, look at it. It is tiny. I don't know how much it is, and it's from Monster of all people. Like Monster, the people who make the cables. Kind of weird that Monster would go to that degree to build their own little mixer. They're in such a massive like marketplace of people who've been doing mixers for like well over 10-20 years. Bit of an odd move from Monster. Maybe they've just got fed up with selling cables, audio cables. Next up is Noticeable. Build your product changelog in seconds. Announce relevant news and updates to improve user engagement. This is cool. Very simple, very easy layout. A lot of the time people can get behind with the latest updates. We've got HF20 coming out in like 10 days time, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who are not up to speed with all the features on that. Your agile companion, building and delivering continuously is valuable. Sharing updates and collecting feedback is valuable too. Improve customer retention, reinforce your feedback loop, keep customers and internal teams in sync. Cool idea. I really like that a lot. We could do with some of that on Steam. Next up is the Ice Wall 1. Igloo satellite cabins, prefabricated, insulated, durable. Fly it in, fly it out. I freaking love this thing. Look at it. It's like, can you imagine like painting this? If you got a really good like concept painter in, you could just take a shot of the environment that it's in, and then get him to paint it, get him or her, should I say, to paint it so it looks like it's part of the environment. Obviously, you'd have a problem from above, and I don't know if you could put like flexible solar panels on the top of this as well, but these look pretty cool. And I don't know how good they are in cold conditions, but that guy looks like he's pretty chilling over there with his radio equipment and his little porthole to the world out there. I wonder how much these are. Like at some point I'm gonna have to look into these things, because these are the sort of things that you put on the back of a van and then buy yourself a strip of land somewhere in Portugal, ideally somewhere where there's not going to be stupid amounts of forest fires, and then just drop it down. Literally just drop it in there. Or get your friend to drive it all the way from Newcastle, chuck it on a ferry, and then dump it in Portugal somewhere. Last for today then, the Gaz. Who decided to call it the Gaz? The Gaz 3409 Bobber. This looks very Cold War, Russian, Siberian, Ukrainian. It looks like it's got the dashboard of a Toyota Corolla crossed with a Ford, and then it starts to get very weird the more photos you start going through. Then you start seeing the engine and the fans to keep it cool, and then you start seeing the tracks. Although it does look fairly serviceable, right? I mean, it looks like an old school Mini in operation. The engine looks stupid legit. Designed for transportation of personnel, cargo, and various technological equipment in extreme, severe climatic conditions, mainly in the Far East, Siberia, and Far East. AATV equipped with diesel engine with power of 80 kilowatts. Mechanical gearbox. AATV is designed for operation outdoor storage. This thing's a beast. This company is an RM10 Terranex. These are the hardcore people that end up getting contracts for military work, right? Okay, getzippin.com. Zippin, check out free technology that drives inventory efficiently. So this is very similar to the Amazon project that they built out in, I think it's Washington. I think they might have also done one in Seattle recently, which is, it's got all this, machine learning and camera operation and RFID, and it links them all together in such a smooth way that you can walk in. You've got your ID or your app open on your phone, It knows you're in the store, it knows you've checked in through these scanned gates, and you can walk up to an aisle and you can pick something up. There's sensors on the aisle, there's cameras everywhere. It knows that you've put it into the basket. I presume there's sensors on the basket, or somehow in all of the myriad of all the 3 or 4 different technologies in there, it works out that you want that and you're buying that, and you just put it in a basket. There's no checkouts, you just walk out of the shop and then it bills you and you get a receipt on your phone. Kind of crazy the world that we're heading into. This is just a basic version of it running right now. I know it works in Washington, that's their base for it. I think they've got one in Seattle, and it looks like now this is when you know that kind of technology is going to start to build up and start to come out there and see it everywhere, when other companies are starting to do it as well. They want a piece of this action. They don't want Amazon to have all of the fun. Taking me back a little bit to the 80s, I'm digging the style on this website. It's called Flaneuse, and they do a roller skate bottom which will fit on all of your different any of your favorite like boots and shoes, and you can just customize your skate to suit. Now, I haven't skated for, well, ever since I did my wristing, because I kind of was back skating and fell over and smashed my smashed the bottom of this like survival whistle, ironically, onto my bone, and I landed on it, and I've not been confident to go roller skating since, not without like knee pads and wrist pads and goggles and stuff. And yeah, but I love the idea that you can use your favorite shoe and bolt on their roller skate on the bottom. I didn't know you could actually do that. Stroll on the internet or in a physical store and choose your favorite shoes pair, and then which respects their transformation conditions. I guess they have a certain way of mounting that shoe in a solid way to the skate. Set up your ready to roll custom pack on eShop. Technical team will validate your shoe pair within 1 business day. Check your email and team will acknowledge your shoes receipt and compatibility to install the system. Your pair transformation, your custom rolling part will begin. Delay 1 to 3 weeks upon shoe receipt. Receive them and put the city at your feet. I mean, they're pretty damn sick, right? Look at that. Look how cool they look with your normal shoes that you would normally wear. Kind of dig it. And the final one today, and the only reason why I put this one in, is it had a scary subtitle where it said Zara will look after your every need, or will feed you, or something or other. I'm not relying on anything that looks like this to feed me just yet, right? Now, it might be cool and cute to hang about with and to play with, but I'm not so sure about giving it custody of my day-to-day life. Who helps you rehabilitate? Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me today? Rehabilitate. Who practice with your children? Who motivates you until you feel better? Who takes care of you? Who keeps you fit? I do. I'm not trusting this thing called Zara to look after me. What happens when she runs out of power? Who cares? Zara cares. Jesus Christ. Say hello to our robot solution. Zara is there for you, for young and elderly people, for those who need help. The first robot in the world that takes care of you. What, like takes care of you like Tony takes you out in the back of the car and takes care of you? Don't trust robots at this stage on this kind of stuff, I'm afraid. That's it for me today. I hope you like the top 10. There is literally hundreds of these on the website. This is what the website looks like as of 2018 September, if you're just coming across this video on some decentralized platform somewhere, or you found this in some crazy time capsule somewhere in Amsterdam. All the links are on the right hand side. When you click on one, they appear on the left hand side. If you hit the white button, it takes you through to the link. If you want to add your own, you click the plus button at the top. You need a Steam account. You go to signup.steemit.com. If you haven't got an account, you can get one for free. If you don't, if you want it immediately, then you can pay for it. You need a bit of cryptocurrency to do that. You just fill this form out, put a title, subtitle, 1,000 characters in the body text. Some images can be up to like 5 meg as a GIF. Put some tags on it and click on submit. Goes onto the Steam blockchain. It also goes into the Steemhunt list, where it potentially can be upvoted within a 24-hour period. That's it for me today. I will catch up with you soon. Have a great weekend.
Prepare the path of a steam.
Smell of steam.
Stomnassie? Wat is een stomnassie? Stoommachine.
Why shouldn't a guy let off a little steam?
The steam.